It's the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 5th of April. I'm James Spann. We've had some active storms this morning. We still have chance for a few severe storms this evening. After that, the weekend looks good. And next week, the idea of frost, at least on one morning, is still on the table. Goodness. Let's check some of the Skycam shots around the Alpha Skycam network this afternoon. We'll start with the Clanton Skycam, and you can still see some raindrops on the lens there. The rain is ended. In fact, the sun beginning to break out. In fact, if you go over to Tuscaloosa, they are basking in the sunshine after a big late morning downpour there. And we'll check our Gulf Shore Skycam way down south. Things are looking pretty good. Got a cumulus field there. That's looking east from the top of the Phoenix All Suites down toward Orange Beach. Upper low near Memphis. Temperatures up in that thing about minus 20 degrees Celsius, making for an unstable atmosphere. And we've got these storms in scattered pockets. That's the radar shortly before 2 o'clock. You can see the batch of storms that came through West Alabama this morning is progressing through East Alabama in relatively harmless fashion. We've had no warnings for the past hour or so with that. But more storms are forming back off to the northwest and will maintain the chance of additional storms through the evening hours with that very cold air aloft. Some of the storms could produce some hail. There's a watch warning map. Got a number of severe thunderstorm watch boxes across the southeast United States. Look at all the freeze warnings up north. Cities like Chicago and Detroit, Indianapolis, Cleveland, they could drop into the 20s by early tomorrow morning. And up in Montana, a winter storm warning for some counties there. There's one of the watches in effect. That's until 9 o'clock. That's a severe thunderstorm watch for the Tennessee Valley of North Alabama and parts of middle and eastern Tennessee. And the tornado threat very low. There's the day one convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. Got the standard slight risk for all 67 Alabama counties and some of the adjacent states. And look at the hail percentages. They've really ramped up since we talked early this morning. That 30% ring means there is a 30% of hail 1 inch in diameter or larger within 25 miles of a given point within that circle. That's pretty remarkable. Of course, all the storms fade away pretty quickly once the sun gets down later tonight. And the rain for the next 5 days, and this will be basically today and tonight, because after today and tonight it's going to be dry for a while. This through Tuesday morning of next week, suggesting about 1/2 inch. Quick peek at the instabilities. This is surface-based CAPE coming off the SPC mesoanalysis page. And after the morning storms, the air stabilizes briefly, but again, we've got those capes up to 1,000 joules back to the north and west with cold air aloft. Yes, we could see more storms this evening. They could produce hail and gusty winds, but after that, we'll be in good shape. Let's check tomorrow. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock at 500 millibars. That's a high-amplitude pattern right there. Trough, ridge, trough, and down below that, we are in very refreshing air. Should be a great day. The sky partly to mostly sunny. Temperatures should be in the low 70s. The GFS is showing 70, the NAM 72. Saturday, beautiful weather. We'll start the day in the 40s. The high should be in the mid-70s, and Sunday looks nice as well. Easter, again, 40s likely early in the day. The high should be in the mid to upper 70s. There's Monday of next week. Looks pretty dry, despite the fact that a cold front's knocking on the door. And, ooh, yes, look at Tuesday. Big trough developing in the east. Down below that, cold air begins to blow in here, and that's the GFS. Let me show the European at the exact same time. This is 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. What a difference. The European, much deeper. It's got the 540 line almost down to Birmingham. If that's right, we won't get out of the 50s. We'll still forecast a high in the 60s, but again, that's pretty cold looking, and that is clearly why we're concerned about the possibility of frost Wednesday morning. I mean, you can't ignore that. The idea is clearly on the table. And there's Wednesday off the GFS. The high should begin to settle in here. And quite frankly, Thursday morning should be pretty chilly as well. But for Wednesday, for now, we'll forecast average lows mid to upper 30s, a chance of some frost, and just maybe a freeze for some of the colder valleys across North Alabama. So growers, beware. And there's Thursday of next week. Things are quiet, although we've got rain off to the west. We'll check the end of the forecast, April 21st. Trough in the west, ridging around here. That would be fairly quiet if that happens to be correct. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And don't forget to watch us this evening, ABC 3340 at 4, 5, 6, and 10 on television or the live stream. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless. The first thing you've got to understand, you cannot rely on an outdoor siren You cannot hear those inside a home, a building, a church. It won't work. You've got to get something inside your house. That's a weather radio or maybe a smartphone app. We work with a company that's developed a wonderful weather radio app for Android phones and iPhones. It knows where you are, and if you're in a tornado warning polygon, you get the warning. And if you're not, you don't. It's an effective device, and it's a great way to be sure you get the warning.